Hey everybody, Pox700 here, and today I'm just going to do a little update video on the teardown of my Rustler. So, last time we saw it, had a few parts taken off, but I've been making a lot of progress. So, pretty much what I've been doing, I've got all the dirty work being done over there, where I'm dismantling, then I come over here on my workbench, and then I clean it. So, I'll just go over a list of what I have. I have my little, this is my shock wheelie bar thing. So my shocks, shock caps, all these shock parts, slipper clutch, spur gear, all cleaned and everything. And then we have the ESC here, which has been cleaned, and everything here is clean. And then we have the motor. I'll go into a little story about this in a second, but we have the motor body, the heatsink, which has been cleaned. The stator is there. I think that's a stator. Maybe I'm wrong. I think that's a stator. End cap, and then the parts, like the bearings for the motor and stuff are in here, because if I take them out of here, they'll run right to this thing, because it's really magnetic. But anyway, though, yeah, so I mean, when I was looking at the motor, like, the bearings were like pristine. So I mean, they say rebuild it every year, and it's been a year and a half. I haven't touched it. I mean, I looked in there, everything was perfectly clean, and the bearings, like, if I just put them on my finger, they'd spin for like 3 seconds. So I mean, I guess I'll rebuild it, but that's kind of weird. Okay, another huge annoyance is the pinion gear would not come off, which was terrible. I had to drill it out, which took about an hour. Once I took that off, there's a bearing in this cap. Anybody who's taken apart one of these motors knows that bearing is really in there. Like, I had to actually use the vise to get it out of there. I mean, that thing was really in there. But I have my A-arm. Some of these things are put back together, but just so you know, every single part that can be taken off of this car has been, like, it is biggest teardown I've ever done on it. Then here I have the upper chassis, which is all nice and clean again. I was, kind of thinking, and I think I'm going to get the, I'm not going to get the aluminum bell crank, because that's just bling and unnecessary. Have me talking about that when I have this thing, but I'll talk about that later. But I do want I think I want the ball bearings, because these bushings are pretty crappy, so. Also have the chassis. That took a very long time to clean, and soon I'm going to be remounting the ESC and all that good stuff. Over here I have a few more things I need to take apart. Alright, so now I'm going to go over what I want to do to this thing. I want to get the RPM transmission case. The transmission case is over there somewhere. I want to get an RPM one, though, because they look really nice, and that thing is just sort of terrible. I mean, it's all destroyed. I want to get that. I need a bunch of little miscellaneous parts here and there. Here's the tires. I have to clean and re-glue them, so I'll do that. And sometime, shocks. I want to get, big bores are too expensive. I don't have that budget right now. But I think I'm going to get the hardened steel shafts to put in there so that they stop bending. Because if the shafts stop bending, I would be perfectly happy with those shocks. Like the front shocks, I'm not doing anything with them, because, I mean, I love them. They're very smooth. I've never bent a shaft. I mean, they still have the RPM shock guards on there. Like on these shocks, the RPM shock guards actually made it worse, which was kind of funny. But anyway, though, I guess the last thing I'll talk about is this differential here. Now, you might be able to see kind of a glint by the screws, and that's because, I re-greased it and took it apart and everything. But that's because apparently some of the casing here is kind of stripped. So I kind of took just a little bit of CA there. Yeah, this iPod actually has pretty good definition. Took a little bit of CA glue and put it there. It's not in the screw, it's just on the very outsides, and so that way I can still unscrew it, but the screws won't back out by themselves, so that's great. And then you can kind of see inside the motor. It's pretty cool in there. Focus. Yeah. So I suppose I'll rebuild that. I remember there's more stuff. Oh yeah. Finally getting a new wheelie bar, because need I say anything? I mean, this thing is just destroyed. Maybe sometime later I'll make an update about the 300 and maybe even the 22, what I'm doing with this thing. I haven't driven this thing longer than I have the Rustler. And the Rustler isn't exactly drive ready right now, so. Yeah, but I guess that's all I wanted to tell you guys. I'll come back with another video sometime soon, when I have the parts, most likely. And so, it might be a week before I have a video, but I doubt. I'll probably think of something to make a video on. Alright, see you guys. Thanks for watching. Comment, rate, and subscribe for more videos. So, thanks.